The other day I come out of my house, right, and I heard this. It was a sure sign of fall. Does anybody know what that might be? Jesus.
It was probably birds that fly in a pattern with the V line. I forgot the name. Geese? Yeah, geese.
I've got these geese right here. Can someone come up to the board and show me how you might see them flying in the air? These are called V patterns. The way that the birds fly are in a V pattern. This happens to be the first V. This is number 1. Okay, the first V. This is another V pattern, and this is the second V. We'll call it V2. And then we get this next one, and this is the third V pattern. And it looks like this. How many birds are in the first V pattern? Jenny?
There are 3 birds in the first V pattern.
Okay. I want you to copy this chart, and I want you to extend the chart for a V pattern of 4, 5, and 6. And I want you to tell me what it looks like. Discuss in your groups, what do you think you see happening?
See these 4, it's always going to be odd because of the one in the middle. And it's always going to be adding up by 2.
How do you know that?
Because if it's even with 4, if you put 4 geese right here, the first one is always going to be odd because the more, it's always adding up by 2 because the pattern up on the board, 3. If you add 2, it gets to 5, and then if you add 2 by 5, it gets to 7. The more you add 2, the more. It's just like a times in 2 pattern.
Is it like a times in 2 pattern?
It's like an adding 2 pattern. Adding 2. Not times.
Multiply it by 2, and it equals 4. That's the one in the middle, and it's 5. And you keep on doing it to all of them.
Or did you even need to put your geese out?
No, I didn't need to.
Why didn't you need to put your geese out?
Cause the more patterns, they keep adding 2 at the wing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always in the one in the middle. So it's always gonna be an odd number.
Does anybody see another pattern?
I see that they're all odd numbers.
Why do you think they're all odd numbers?
Because it starts off with the V1, right? That it shows 3. Well, that's 3 is an odd number. If it is an even number, I don't know where it should go in the V pattern. So they're all odd numbers.
I think Sulanette was saying something pretty interesting. She was saying that she didn't know if there could be an even number. Can there be an even? Could I say there's 84 birds? What V pattern would that be? Could there be 84 birds?
I think that it can never be an even number because as in the V pattern of number 1, that is actually a complete V, and an even number couldn't make that.
Why not?
Because the V is made up of 3 birds.
Okay, the V is made up of 3 birds, yeah.
It's made up of, and if you keep going and adding 2, it's made up of all odd number of birds, the V patterns.
So here's the first one right here, and then you say that 2 more birds come in like that. All right, and so it's going to be odd, why?
It's going to be odd because if you add 2 more birds to 3, that'll make 5, and 5's an odd number.
So we're going to go back to what Oscar said originally, and Oscar said you take the V number, Oscar, and what do you do with it?
Multiply by 2.
Yeah?
And then add 1.
Does everybody agree? Anybody want to try it out? Let's try it out. Let's try it out for 15 geese. A V number of 15. How many geese would that be? Use your geese right there.
In V pattern number 3, that the V means that there are 3 groups or 3 pairs plus that extra one. So there's let's say there's 15 pairs for the 15th pattern, plus this one here.
The goal of this lesson is to introduce students to patterns and symbols, basic algebraic thinking.